Redneck Mukk piece. So we're out here on the Cougar again and again and again and again. Really, it's actually going pretty well. So it's cold as crap outside. It's like 0, a little above 0. It was negative this morning. So the shop's really cold, and want to run the heat a lot. So I'll try to get some footage and go on. The hopeful plan is that we're going to pull the radiator and get it mounted solid, and we're also going to try to work on at least the front brake lines and get those made. I've got some stainless line, and that's what I did all my my Studebaker Hawk brake lines in. It's left over from that, and it was a real pain in the butt to flare, but that's the plan. We'll use the old fittings and stainless line and see if we can get these front brake lines on and look at the back brake line, and we'll see how it all works out. But anyway, I'll bring you in and out, and we'll see how the day goes. But it's cold. It could get cut short. Little kerosene heater, right on cue. Peace. All right. I don't know if you guys have ever flared a brake line before. I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. So this is a brake flare kit. So you got an inverted flare on a brake line, right? So this kit is a little bit touchy because this fits really snug on here. It might not look like it, but it does. But anyway, so this is 3/16 line. You take your 3/16 line and put it in your 3/16 hole, which is your littlest one. This takes a lot of hands sometimes, but gets there. And then you get your depth from your adapter. So this is your little adapter, and you want to make it. I'm going to shove it down there a little bit more. You want to make it I'll show you. I'll get this over here in a second. Tighten it down. Hang on. You want to make it so it's a thickness of that little ledge. See that little ledge? I don't know if you can see that. Okay. So this is your first piece of your tool, and you drop it in here. It's got a little pin on it, so drop it down the hole. And then putting this dude on here is kind of a pain because, like I said, this dude fits really tight. Okay. Not too much. I've never seen another one that fits this snug, and this is just an old freaking Pittsburgh crapola. Should you trust your flares to Pittsburgh? I don't know. So then you tighten this dude down. You want to make sure your brake line doesn't slip, but just tighten it down until it's flat. Hope you can see that. See, flat. I'm going to give another little just to make sure it's flat. Okay, it's flat. And you're going to back this dude off. Back him all the way off here. Roll him out of the way. You get this dude out of the way. So when you look at this little guy, you got a little bubble. See how he's bubbled up? Little bubble. All right. And then you just use the tool again. You got to line him up square, but line him up square and straight. And you're just going to use that taper down inside. Spinning this, getting it lined up straight. So then, tighten it down again. And that is your double flare. Poop, poop, poop. Back this off and I'll show you. All right. So, and then there we have the flare. A little goop on him. Looks just a little lopsided, but he'll probably be all right. Probably be all right. And this is your brake line bender tool. I'm not going to do a big bend, but I'll just do a little bend. So, depending on what size line you have, I have 3/16, so it's on the very end here. Whoop. And then you just bend it, and that'll keep you from crimping. Make a little flat spot in the brake line because, let's see if I can bend this guy worth anything. This is old steel line. I don't want to bend that yet because we've got to use it. I don't have the fittings on it, but see, nice straight bend where if you just tried to bend it by hand, eventually it'd freaking ball up on you and start kinking. See, that's getting flat right there. But anyway. All right. Gotta get all these brake lines done. And yeah. All right. I guess that's it. I can't show you on this guy, so let me just show that real quick. So you can see the different size brake lines. I got 5/8, well, different lines. 5/8, 3/16 quarter, 5/16, 3/8, 7/16 and a half. And you have a fitting and a little kit for each one of them. This kit is probably older than some of you. I have no doubt because I've had it a long damn time. I'd say I bought this kit. Well, I can tell you right now, I bought this kit in 2004. So this kit's still in the box, still with the little Pittsburgh limited lifetime warranty paper. And I've had it 20 years. So it might not be older than all of you, but it might be older than some of you. So anyway, that's how you flare a brake line. Then you just slide your fitting on. Well, I do have a fitting. I do have one fitting. Boop. So that is him. Ta-da! You'll bolt right on there and be good to go. We need to get our coupler and then we'll be in good shape. All right, I know this isn't what I discussed, but so the last time we ran this, we ran it a few times. It ran good. And then another guy over here, and he's like, hey, let me hear that run real quick. And it just did not want to run. And I was like, what have I done? What has happened? So I just got in checking it for spark at the coil. It had good spark. And I thought, I'll pull the cap off real quick because it's got this guy up here. And I was like, yeah, you know, I didn't want to pull that apart and check fire going into the cap and all that good stuff. And I got down here and I was looking at this and messing around, and everything looks good. And then I thought, what's going on here? I grabbed this dude to pull him off. I was just going to pull him off so I could look at him. And when I went to wiggle him, he just spun around. So he's got a little stopper that goes right here in these little grooves. And you can barely see him down in there. He has wore slap out. I mean, just in a little bit of time. There might be a piece of him right there. Kind of broke right off. So we're going to get a new rotor in order to fire this dude up. But that's just the way this thing's been so far. One little issue after another. So hopefully we can get a rotor for whatever distributor this is. The box is out there. So anyway, yeah. I mean, just because it's brand new, don't expect it to be right all the time. That's freaking crazy. I've never seen that on a rotor. It's sheared off like that. All right, so got the fans tied up, ready to wire up. Got the radiator mounted up. We got 2-inch spacers here. This side was able to just bolt up to the pieces. I had to re-drill holes in the radiator, but they're there. We got the rotor ordered for this distributor because the company that makes that distributor makes the rotor, and that's the only place we can get them. So we got one of those ordered. We got new front brake lines bent, flared, put on. So all that's ready to bleed. And then the back brakes, we got the brake line that's on the car cut, reflared. Now we need an adapter, spacer, coupler. We need a coupler, and then we'll make another little short line to finish it out, and then we'll be ready to bleed brakes. And once we get the rotor and the brakes bled, we did put some fluid in the radiator. It still needs more. Get the fans wired up. We have to tie into, this is the fuel line going to the tank. We're going to tie in there. We have to put some gas in it. The tank was supposedly cleaned out, so the tank should be good, but it was, dumped and cleaned and all that kind of stuff, but it's been sitting. So I'm assuming it might have some rust or gunk in it. So we're going to put some gas in it, get a little electric fuel pump, pull some through, and see what we can do about that, get that set up. And once we got good clean fuel there, then we can tie that dude in. And once that dude's tied in and we have brakes and it runs, then we're off to electric and paint and body. So, and floorboards, because it does need some floorboard work. But we have to do something about the kick down cable. And I think that's it. I think that's about it. Yeah, we're getting there. Old Krusty Kitty is moving along. So anyway, I wish I could have showed you more on this episode, but we had a lot in fast mode. I had somebody over here helping me, so I jumped in and we just kind of freaking went. We did put, I'll show you, we did put some boots on the plug wires. I don't know if you can see those. See those boots right there? Those are covering the plug wires to help keep the headers from making the plug wire boots really brittle and burning the plug wire up. So that should help. And then when I wire up the fans, I'm hoping to wire up the coil so it works good like it's supposed to, so I can get rid of my jumper on that. And I'll have a whole video on probably that little bit of wiring right there. And then when we get ready to start the whole car, we'll start dealing with this guy. That is a good wiring schematic. So if you have a car and you can get one like that, get the color coded, get them laminated, then you can use a, what do I want to call that? A dry erase marker, and you can trace out a circuit and go, okay, this is the circuit I'm following. Here's where it starts. Follow that dude front to back, and get figured out where your problem is and get it fixed. So, but anyway, so yeah. Till next time. Redneck. Peace.